What's up, guys? It's Breindl, aka the Movie Man. I'm bringing you guys today Phase 3 of my MCU breakdown. This is part 3 of the video. Forewarning, Phase 3 in MCU is not done yet. It ends with Endgame, which comes out this Friday, and Spider-Man Far From Home, which comes out in the summertime. But this is going to cover Captain America Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man the Wasp, and Captain Marvel. The other two films can't come in yet because I haven't seen them yet. Starting off with a big and bad Captain America Civil War. This is definitely the strongest way to start a Marvel phase, in my opinion. You got Captain America and you got Iron Man. Okay, the big two of the Avengers at this point in time, and you put them against each other. Russo brothers took something straight from the comics, not completely the exact same, obviously, because we didn't have every single hero from that, but took that aspect from the comics, made it work perfectly. You got Tony Stark, who's always kind of been the main protagonist, and definitely most everyone's favorite Avenger at this point. And they put him against Captain America as the antagonist, and it works perfectly. It sets up Infinity War and the rest of the Avengers, I guess the Marvel movies, up until Endgame, and it's basically a direct cause to why they lost in the first place. And now, after that, we had Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is actually set in time before Captain America Civil War, but he doesn't really play a part in that movie, obviously, so they didn't need to release it in time. But in this movie, he's rookie for the magic arts. This movie's definitely portraying him a bit worse worse than in Infinity War. Infinity War super beefed up with power. He's the Sorcerer Supreme at that point, but he's still a rookie in this movie. I did like seeing this movie in theaters because of all the CGI and just the graphics of the movie. It was really mind-blowing to me. It was really cool to watch. I think this movie is pretty solid, but it's the second movie after Civil War, so I wouldn't say it's that good. But after that we had Guardians of the Galaxy 2. This movie is kind of weird to rank, in my opinion, because the story just doesn't really mean anything for the rest of the MCU. The only takeaways from this movie were Yondu's death, Mantis and Nebula somewhat joining the Guardians, and then Groot becoming a baby, which everyone loved that. After Guardians 2, we have Spider-Man Homecoming. I love Spider-Man Homecoming because it's a complete rework for Spider-Man. After Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but Tom Holland's easily the best Spider-Man. It's the most notable one. Tobey Maguire's pretty recognizable. He was the Spider-Man for the longest time. Tom Holland takes the cake with that. The movie's pretty solid. You got Michael Keaton as the bad guy. He's freaking great in that. And then you have that amazing, you know what I'm talking about. Halfway through the movie, at Homecoming, boom. After Spider-Man Homecoming, we have Thor Ragnarok. This movie banged, alright? You got Thor, you got Hulk, you got Loki, first off. You got Kate Blanchett as Hela. She's great, alright? Then you add in Korg, you add in Valkyrie. Idris Elba has a great. He's got some good lines in this movie. He's a lot better than Thor 1 and Thor 2. But Taika Waititi went in on this movie. Thor Ragnarok is amazing. I love it. It completely just recreated Thor. Chris Hemsworth obviously agrees with that. But for me, Thor's always been a really, really cool character in my opinion. But when you have Thor 1, Avengers, Thor: The Dark World, Avengers 2, for Thor's kind of arc where he's just Shakespearean out, he's just boring. He's cool, but he's boring. Then you have Thor Ragnarok and just straight up incline to Infinity War. Thor's on that turnaround. He's my boy. Alright, after Thor, we had Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Black Panther's really cool for me. I really like the movie. I love diving into that new cultural world of Wakanda. It's great. The technology is sick. Everything just about that movie, especially the designs and the costumes, really, really cool. Still kind of prefer the original Black Panther costume from Civil War over the one that was in Black Panther. But the movie itself was really solid for me. The only thing I wasn't a huge fan of was the CGI fight at the end. It was just looked really, really sloppy. But I mean, Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa, and then Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger, top of the notch. And my boy M'Baku. After Black Panther, we had the infamous Infinity War. We got Josh Brolin coming in as Thanos. 10 years in the making, we got that. We got the snap. Alright. I don't know any other movie that's really brought together that many characters, except for Endgame coming up. But I don't know, this movie was this movie takes the cake. It's definitely one of the best movies out there in terms of MCU. It's one of the most fan pleasing but fan saddening movies that I've seen in a long time. And you can't tell me you didn't see the movie. After Infinity War, we had Ant-Man and the Wasp. This was not a disappointment, but it was really hard to come off of Infinity War just because of that hype. You had the end credit scene, which did pay some respect. I like that. But I watched this movie again the other day. I like the movie still. Like, it's still a good movie, and I like the relationship building between Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly, and I thought it was a good movie, solid flick. Doesn't really pay much into the building of the MCU except for introducing the quantum realm. Like, I don't think we'll ever see Ghost again. We're never gonna see the bad guys really in that movie. I like Lewis. I like the whole Baba Yaga scene. But Hank Pym in that movie and Scott Lang in the movie and whatever Evangeline Jolie's name is, but good movie overall. After Ant-Man and the Wasp, we had Captain Marvel with Brie Larson as Carol Danvers. Thought the movie was pretty good. Definitely the supporting cast and the actual story was what saved the day for me, in my opinion. Nick Fury was Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury was just fantastic. Stole the show. The de-aging stuff from MCU is just top of the line right now. But Captain Marvel was pretty solid. I liked how they introduced the character leading up to Endgame. It was a solid little thing to hold me over up until Endgame. But that's so far my MCU Phase 3 list. To rank them, my number 1, Thor takes the cake easily. Then I got Infinity War, Captain America Civil War, Black Panther, Spider-Man Homecoming, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Doctor Strange, and then Captain Marvel. I'll try and add a note to this once Endgame and Spider-Man Far From Home are out. I can add those to my rankings, but that's been Phase 3. Phase 4 will start off next year, I believe, with the Black Widow movie. If not Black Widow, the Eternals movie. But otherwise, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. If you haven't gotten your tickets for Endgame yet, go ahead and do that, or they'll be gone like that. So, thank you guys for watching.